Hello guys, it is your mother's favourite streamer, your mother's favourite YouTuber. We are back with another Xdefiant factions idea. Before we get into it, I'd like to do a disclaimer. This video style is again heavily influenced by channels like Auspex Tactics and Mordian Glory. I am not a game designer or a designer at Ubisoft, but I am a game design student and also a massive fan of the game. These are just ideas for content that could be made. They're not leaks, or I have no knowledge of anything coming to such ideas. So let's get into it, guys. Okay, GIGN faction is my idea. Again, like last time, it's another Rainbow Six Siege faction. It'd be like a healer faction like the Libertad. It'd come probably year 3, if not year 2. It'd be our second or third Rainbow Six Siege faction, depending on if the SAS from the last video, go check it out, is added. But what are their activated abilities? Well, we have to do the stim pistol and shock drone, obviously. The stim pistol being that long range and self-heal ability that Doc has in the game, and the shock drone being Twitch's remote control drone that goes around and can zap players and devices. But how do we turn these Rainbow Six Siege abilities into Xdefiant abilities? Well, first, the stim pistol. It's that long-ranged and self-heal ability, which has will give it 3 shots with a 40-second recharge after those 3 shots. It heals about 50 health per shot to a max of about 130 overheal. So everyone feels that overheal. If you're like gonna push a corner and you want a bit extra health to make sure you survive, this is the character to do it. It's a good alternative to Libertad, who's has that passive healing and pure healing abilities. This is another one that, unlike the stim, that's a close range one, and the heal box that has some range to it, this is a single target. You can snipe someone across the map. It's got a bit of drop and can heal them for a bit of damage, like someone who's outside of their spawn. You don't want to risk running over and healing them, or they're in a really contested spot and need the heals quick. Just pew pew pew, jobs are done in. Next ability, the shock drone. Yes, we won't be able to allow the player to drive this like they do in Rainbow Six Siege, but we can definitely have the drone in. We have the spider drone. Yes, no one really likes it that much in its current state, this being in year 1, season 1. The shock drone, you'd set it out, it'd go hunting for devices. It'd trade itself out with 1, maybe 2 devices, depending on how the developers want to do it, how they want to balance it. It can be shot, it can be EMP'd. If the SAS is added first, it'll be mute jammered. It needs line of sight to destroy within 5 meters. So if something like the mute jammer is placed properly, it won't be able to see it when it goes around when it's about to go around the corner, and hence gets muted and destroyed before it has a chance to do stuff. Alternatively, it just drives around, shoots like ADS, or shoots the shield down. Those placed devices that would ultimately save ammo for the player and really hinder the enemy team, without being as annoying as a spider drone jumping on your face, obviously. But what's their ultimate? Well, the only other ability other than Montaña's big shield, and I don't feel like we need a third shield, let alone a second ultimate shield, especially from a Rainbow Six Siege faction, would be Rook Armor. Rook Armor over the years has had a few different stages, this being a box that gave you extra health, or a box that gave you damage reduction, or a box that, like this one will allow you to pick yourself up when you're supposed to be killed. This would be, you pop your ultimate, you drop a box, then when people run around the small sphere, maybe a meter around the aura, they pick up their Rook Armor. This allows the player, when they're killed, instead of instantly dying, they drop to the floor to be able to pick themselves up. Obviously they're able to be shot from this, and they can pick themselves up to about 50 health, which is plenty to retake the gunfight if you're on a corner. but also not too much where it's like, I don't have any bullets left, I can't deal with this person who's just stood up in front of me. It'd be about a 4 or 5 second pickup. You'd have about a 15 second bleed out, 20 second bleed out. That increases as you move, so it's not a, oh I'm down, let me just shuffle away, they won't get me. We need some punishment for shuffling. The passive, the GIGN are well known for their heavy flak jackets, their heavy armour, their bulkiness. So we're going to pull that in as the flak jacket, like it was in COD, reducing grenade damage, so devices. So that'll be your sticky, your grenade, other explosive devices. It also reduced damage to stuff like spider drones, so their shocks do a bit less, as it takes it reduces energy as it goes through the armor. Obviously, the bad side of this would be it's a nerf to grenades and stickies, so they're not those one-hit kills that we expect them to be when we stick someone or we curb it round a corner onto his feet. However, this is a great something to help against the grenade spam that we see in the game. It's good for holding objectives against those grenade spams because you can tank a lot more grenades. But what are the seasonal additions though? Like last time, we need to think the bigger picture, we need to think outside of these are a singular operator that they get. So obviously we have the GIGN at 700,000 EXP. Operator 2 would be 25 devices destroyed with a shock drone. That might, depending on how many charges the shock drone has per life, that might be changed to 50. Operator 3 would be 4,000 damage healed with a stim pistol, in line with some of the Libertad abilities. Obviously this would be slightly harder because it's a single person you're shooting for 3 shots. So it's 150 each activation, then 40 seconds, 150 more. So it is going to be a timer, a more longer one to complete, but so are the Libertad ones. But new weapons, well, I'd like to see the FAMAS as an assault rifle for the game. We'd have the SG-CQB, which is a pump action shotgun, and the MAS-49, which is that marksman rifle in the corner there, just above the logo. These would all be unlocked in the Battle Pass, obviously then going to challenges at the end of the season. Obviously we keep them at 20, 40 and 60 respectively, like we did on the last stuff. Sadly I couldn't think of a new gadget to add, like a new device. I didn't think there was one very much linked with the GIGN. But other than that, thank you for watching. Please comment and like if you enjoyed. Tell me your opinion of this faction idea. Any improvements you may think of. Check the description to links for Auspex tactics and my other social medias. Dislike if you really didn't like the video, and please tell me why. It helps me improve them. It helps me continue into the next ones. So I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.